All right, so as if multiple new model drops in the last couple of days weren't enough, now Anthropic has announced that Opus 4.6 can run in fast mode. Just launched an experimental new fast mode for Opus 4.6. Our teams have been building with a 2.5 times faster version of Claude Opus 4.6. We're now making it available as an early experiment via Claude Code and our API. Use /fast to enable. It uses a lot more compute than Opus 4.6, so it's more expensive, but we find it's really valuable for incident response and moving fast on important projects. A lot more compute than Opus 4.6. Keep that in mind. Pro and Max users have $50 in free credit to try it out, and it's 50% off until February 16th. Okay, that's a great deal because my Pro subscription, it's only $20 a month. So if they're giving me an additional $50 in free credits to try this thing out, I am here for it. Even if it uses a bunch of tokens, that's okay. They're kind of paying me to use this thing. I've had this idea bouncing around in my head for a little while now about an app I want to build, but I've never taken the time to cement the idea on paper and hand it off to a coding agent. If Claude can work in fast mode, so can I. So over the next 2 hours, I'm going to pit Claude Opus 4.6 against Claude Opus 4.6 fast. And the great thing about this is, on the other side of this experiment, I'm going to have not one, but 2 apps. I can pick my favorite, mix and match, and work from there. Let's go. Okay, because at this point I am a little bit concerned about my token usage in Claude, I'm going to use ChatGPT to create a PRD, a product requirement document, a document that tells the coding agent what I want it to do. I need you to act like a brainstorming product design specialist with me to create this. I want an app that will help me with supplemental exercises. Maybe I've got a rehab kind of exercise that I need to do like 10 minutes a couple times a week or 10 minutes every day. Occasionally I'll have like a core workout, but I don't necessarily know where that would slot into my regular routine. So I'm kind of hoping this app could help me figure out where to put these into my week. Maybe drop a link to a YouTube playlist or a website. Maybe the app could tell me this would complement a cardio day really well. I don't know. I don't know if that's even known. So I don't know if this is a thing that can be done or if this app actually needs some AI built into it. Maybe we need an API key to an AI system. Can you help me figure out gaps that I might have missed? Or is this insane? All right, we have it. PRD, what this app is, what it isn't. Over here, I have fitness app Claude. It's got nothing but the PRD in it. And then I've got fitness app Claude Fast, has the same PRD. Let's fire up Claude in both. I'm using Opus 4.6 in both, and over here in Claude Fast, let's say fast. Billed as extra usage at a premium rate. First of all, I need to do a plan. Does it make sense to run the plan in fast? We do want to check our current usage, which is, I am sort of at the beginning of a week, 7% used. I haven't used any of my current 5-hour block. Yeah, we're ready to get started. If one can plan 2.5 times faster, what the heck? We're just gonna roll the dice and let them both get to work, do their thing in their respective modes. Tab to toggle, enter to confirm. On. All right, fast mode is on. Glad I double checked that. All right, context windows are clean. Put them both in planning mode. I'll give it the exact same prompt. You've got a PRD in your directory to create a supplemental fitness app. Take a look at that and create a plan for the app that I need. Feel free to ask any questions you have before you get started. And away we go. May as well start a stopwatch. Started a few seconds late, but that's okay. We're gonna get probably the exact same questions. That's unfortunate, but that's all right. Obviously, we're gonna go recommended, because why wouldn't I? All right, let's get this tech stack going as well. So I need to be able to use this both on my computer and my phone. So it's gonna have to be some sort of cloud synced storage. For now, the fatigue model will be rule-based. I might wanna add AI powered in the future, but for now, I'm just gonna go with some simple rule-based. All right, and over here, and we're gonna say the exact same thing. All right, so far over here in fast, the planning agent returned a very comprehensive design, writing the final plan now. Designed to be swappable for AI later. All right, after about 9 minutes, the fast mode is done planning. Pin-based off. That's interesting. I've not run across that before. Okay, I've never had that suggested to me before, I should say. I like that. Fatigue engine behind a swappable interface. I love the idea of having a fatigue engine. Mobile first. everything looks good. Yes, clear context and go for it. I wish I had thought to start this in YOLO mode, but I did not. So this is just going to be a series of me hitting yes, proceed. So quickly, out of curiosity, I wonder if we can see usage. Current session, 63% used. I have never seen it go that fast, for sure. $50 free extra usage / extra usage to enable. I may well be hitting that very shortly. Context window over here is still, it can't quite see it. I guess it's behind me. It's at 31% versus 29%. Rate limits, boop, 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 boop. And what was our magic? Extra usage to enable. So we're gonna say extra usage. Pops up a window, asks me to claim my $50. All right, done. Claude account with subscription. All right, so hopefully, all right, all 25 engine tests pass. Where am I at? 100% used. All right, 18% of the current week. All right, I have definitely never run out of tokens that quickly. Curiously, over here in the non-fast version of Claude, it says phase 2 is done. Over here on the fast side, it says it's still working on phase 2. Wow, okay, at the 30-minute mark, we are saying this guy's done. The fast mode is done. What's our usage? 100% used, and extra usage, 45% used. $9.11 out of $20 spent. Interesting, at the 31-minute mark, I'll have to roll back to see really when that hit, but like a minute later is when the non-fast version finished. So I don't know what's up with that. That was not that much faster, but that minute difference is really nothing. That really could be the difference between me hitting accept on one window versus another. So honestly, timing was roughly the same. Let's get these guys up and running and see what we got. There was a lot of learning involved. I've never set up Supabase before, so I did have to ask Claude Code how to do that and walk me through step by step. And I even got ChatGPT involved when I couldn't quite figure out where something was in the console. So it was a team effort. I have not yet used this. This is the Claude Code normal speed, not fast. All right, and I am in. Obviously, I don't have anything in here. Don't have a schedule set up, history, guidance. Okay, before I go too deep, let's see what Claude Fast built for us. Interesting. All right, so this one is going pin-based. No workouts, no recent activity, coach's notes. I mean, right off the bat, it is interesting. I would say this is, I like the barbells, but other than that, this is a little bland. It's our schedule. Tap a day, add a workout. Okay, history, obviously nothing here yet. All right, so let's add a few workouts. All right, I'm gonna make up a workout. Jump rope for 20 seconds, rest 10 seconds, repeat 3 times. I mean, that's a workout, right? Primary intent, that would be plyometrics. So power, jumps, bone density. How hard does it feel? I mean, I say sneaky hard, no idea. Creates impact. Interesting. I mean, I wish I had a little AI in here because I don't always know what kind of fatigue it's building. All right, so I'm going to try to add that over here too. Let's add a workout. Primary intent would be power, bone density, perceived effort. Go back with the sneaky hard. I'm going to have to say, just from this, I like the fast version a lot better. It gives you a lot more context. There's checkboxes here I cannot see. Frequency, 2 to 3 times a week. Review. I do not know what this is. That's interesting. Fatigue. So I think that's all this. Watch the accumulation, placement suggestion. Consider doing it on a lighter day or with plenty of buffer. Where does this fit? Recommended. After main training also works as standalone. After main training to avoid pre-fatiguing. Interesting. All right, so we'll add those same workouts. So look at the fatigue heat on each day. If you see red borders stacking up, you may be concentrating too much demanding supplemental work. I gotta say, this is an interesting start. I like the fatigue heat. but that might be the only thing I like better over here. So this is not quite what I was looking for, but I mean, this is a good start. So that's great. This gives me something to continue working on. So I'll say the fast was not any faster, but it does look nicer and I think functions just a little bit better. All right, so those results were not what I expected. The fast was, maybe a minute faster. And I think that is just down to which screen was I hitting accept on first. So it really didn't seem faster. It did seem slightly better, but I don't even think I can take anything away from that. I answered some of the questions slightly differently by accident, just by virtue of how the product behaved when I said I need to edit a couple things. And as we know, this is all probabilistic anyway, so I could go back into both of those models with the exact same PRD and answer the questions the same way, and I would get something different again. So honestly, I don't know that I can really take anything away from that. And would I use fast again? No. Now, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's some things that it's really much better at, but I sure don't know what they are, and I did not see anything, certainly nothing that would make me spend actual money on it. I am really missing something about why this would be worth it for me. Everything I work on is greenfield, which means I'm starting from scratch. There's nothing there. It gets to create everything brand new, or at a minimum, it's something that I've built within the last year, is very small in the grand scheme of things and hasn't grown to an enterprise level. People who are working with pre-existing applications or enterprise or really large projects that have grown over time, they might get really different results because they might have a much larger context window, and the fact that it could maybe process through everything at 2.5 times the speed, that's when it might really show up. But I have to say, for me, with this brand new application that I threw together in just over 2 hours, I did not see a noticeable difference. So if you're wondering if it's worth trying out, yeah, absolutely, because they're giving us $50 in free credits if we're already a subscriber. So done. That's for sure worth it. If you're wondering, is it worth it to go spend a bunch of money on to try it out? Maybe get the $20 a month plan, subscribe to that if you haven't already, and get that extra $50 in credit boost and try it that way. See if it helps on your project. Your mileage definitely may vary from mine. Fun experiment either way, and now I finally have that app that I've been procrastinating on, and I've got something I can work with and hopefully enhance and get it to do a little bit closer to what I want it to do. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.